morning! Welcome to Good Morning Martial Arts Volume 5. Today we'll be going over just basic punching. We're going to go over the hook punch, which is actually my favorite punch. So, to get started off, let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and get warmed up, okay? And first thing we're going to do is just a basic reverse punch like I taught you last time. Go ahead and get in horse stance and punch into your middle. Just reverse punch, switching arms 100 times, okay? Ready, go. Alright, after you've done that, we're going to go ahead and rotate your neck slowly. Rotate the other way. Look straight down. Straight up. Make sure you're constantly breathing. Look to the left. Right. Okay, now we're going to do resistance training to strengthen our neck. Start with your right hand. Your right hand pushing against the right side of your head, and you're going to resist it, okay? Go ahead and do it for about 10 seconds. Go. Switch hands. Now take both your hands and pull your head forward while resisting backwards. Down front, pushing. Good. Now, we're going to start with arm rotations and start with your arms straight out. We're going to circle backwards, very small circles, gradually getting bigger. As big as you can, rotating. Then go back to smaller. Switch the other way, rotating forward, gradually getting larger circles, long way, bring it back in, alright, good. Now, feet shoulder width apart, hand in one hip and stretching over to get the left side. Switch sides. Other side again. Other side again. Now stretch straight down, touching your hands to the ground if you can. Up, stretch back. Straight down. Back. Okay, now rotate your hips. By the way. Good. Now, I want you to rotate your wrists. Circular motion. To the outside. Other way. I'm just going ahead and doing these all about 10-second intervals for each stretching exercise. And then have your palm facing upwards. The other hand, pull down on your fingers, stretching your wrist downwards. Good. Go ahead and bring it up the opposite way, stretching. A lot of punching techniques, of course, you know, you end up putting a lot of impact in your wrist, so it's good to have nice, flexible wrists. Touching the other wrist. Opposite way. Good. Now, slight explanation about the hook punch. Okay, the hook punch. This is actually my favorite punching technique. You can get a lot of power into this technique. The way I like to do it is doing it up close, a very close range to your opponent, or whatever you want to strike. You can do it medium range, sometimes even far range if you kind of jump into it, but I prefer up close and personal. Very close, very tight range hooking. And as I just showed that little movement there, the reason they call it a hook punch is because the motion it makes. It's like a hook. So when you punch, you can either punch like this with your hand, bottom of your hand horizontal towards the ground, parallel, or you can make it perpendicular. I prefer perpendicular. Why? Because if you do it this way, the horizontal method, if you happen to miss your target a little bit, they back up, if they block it, you could strike with these two bottom knuckles here, and although I condition these as well, they're not as strong and they don't offer as much resistance as the first two knuckles, which are much better positioned to absorb impact and better conditioned. So if I punch like this, it's much less of a chance for them to hit these two knuckles because they're perpendicular with the ground. So I prefer, when doing hook punches, maybe a slight angle, but generally perpendicular to the ground, okay? And what you're doing when you punch is you're making like a small circle almost, kind of hooking in to your target. And you're twisting your hip at the same time. And when you're punching, when you're practicing the hook punch, I want you to keep one hand up all the time. You have both hands up when you start. When you punch, keep the other hand up, okay? For guard when you're punching. Switch. And what I showed you is like you're punching to the body, mid-level, which is fine. Punch to the ribs, lower ribs. You could also do different angles with hook punches. Some people say this is an uppercut. Yeah, you can call it an uppercut, that's fine. But it's the same motion as a hook punch. So it's a hook punch coming from underneath. That's what an uppercut is. So you can do a hook punch from any angle you like to try and hit your target, get around the guard, hit what you want to hit. And I like to keep, like I said, when I do my hook punches, I like to keep them close range, very tight to the body. So you keep your elbows almost just touching yourself, very tight elbows, and close to your body. That way you get more power from your body as you're spinning, okay? As you twist. This is all about using your body attached to your punch. The farther out you go, the farther out from your body, the less power you're gonna get from your body. Bring it in close. Of course, you have to be closer, but hey, that's okay. All right, and let's look at the feet. So, just like with the other punching techniques, using your hips is very important. And when you're using your hip, you want to pivot on the ball of your foot to make hip twisting easier and more effective, okay? So as you do your punch, that's what's happening down there, okay? And you see, this is the mid-body hook punch. And it's a little different when you do coming from the ground up, because you're not only twisting, but you're pushing off the ground at the same time. So it's kind of bend your knees, twist, and come up with your legs, pushing up from the ground to get strength when you're punching upwards with your uppercuts or upward hook punch, whatever you want to call it. Okay? Okay, so now that you know the basic technique, just to get you used to the motion, go ahead and keep your legs about shoulder width apart, and we're going to practice just medium, mid-range body hook punch, okay? Just practice, concentrate on twisting your hips, twisting your feet, keeping your hook punch close to your body as you rotate into the punch, and also getting that hooking motion at the same time, keeping one hand up. It's a lot to remember, so that's why we're going to practice just this one level. Let's go do it 100 times, okay, just to get used to the motion. Ready? On your own count, go. I did 110, I'm not sure. Usually, if I get so high up, I'm a little afraid I might have missed the 10 count. So I do an extra 10 just to make sure. Okay, so now, you should be used to that motion. We're gonna do a little drill just to help you get used to different angles with the hook punch. So, what I want you to start out doing is, we'll start upwards, downwards to upwards, okay, straight up. Up. Remember, you wanna bend down your knees, pick it up. Don't go all the way up in the Mortal Kombat punch, okay? Just, man, here. To the top of your head, that's fine. Okay? We'll do that 20 times. And then after that, we're gonna move straight into this angle. From down to upwards, 45-degree angle. Slanted up. Hook. Same thing. Remember, whenever your punch is coming from below this horizontal plane, you're gonna wanna bend your knees to get the upward momentum force pushing into it, okay? So, bam, that's the second one, 20 times, okay? And then, same one we did before, 100 times, very simple, straight across. And then 20 times of those, then we're gonna go into the downward angles. People like to call these smashes, that's fine, whatever. Just upward, down, at that angle, okay? Same thing, twist. And last but not least, this is very awkward. There'll be very few situations where you're gonna need to go all the way from this angle punching downwards. But just for the angle exercise and working different muscles, we'll go ahead and do it, okay? All the way down. Straight up. 20 times, okay? So go ahead and start. I'll count. You can do it at your own pace. Ready? Down to up. Go. Okay, now, remember, 45-degree angle. Emergency! Over. Danger! Danger punch! Oh yeah, too good. Call the fire. I'm on fire! Is that 20? I don't know, I lost count. Okay, upwards, angle. Straight down. Good. That's hook punch. So that's it for today's volume. Thanks for watching. As you see, what I'm trying to do is going in a pattern of I started with kicks, and then I did some punching, then I did some stretching, then I did some more kicks again, and now I did some more punching. So logically speaking, next volume might be stretching. It might not be. I might try to do something a little more advanced. We'll see. But thanks for watching as always. Let me know if you have any comments or suggestions on what to do next. And I'll see you next time. Keep on practicing.